Whatever.
All right.
First,
So
we're back again with part three
of
of the new Q&A series.
Okay. So we answered
How
that
big?
question. Nick 3425.
How big is your wiener? We don't use that foul language that they used. Why would someone ask how big our wieners are?
Nick? Do you think Nick is short for Nicole? Maybe that's a girl. I don't know.
That's a secret, private question.
Well, I could make a comparison.
Everyone's asking us this. Richard's reviews. Do you guys think they should remake Night on Elm Street?
Even though Freddy got out of a fight with Jason.
Yeah, they abandoned Freddy versus Jason. They just abandoned that whole...
Freddy versus Jason 2. I wanted to see that. I loved the first one. I wanted to see that.
I'd rather see a Freddy vs. Jason's 2, truthfully.
Yeah, I don't know why... There was another question.
Oh, he said, would you rather see Freddy vs. Jason instead of that?
Yes, I would. There's no reason to remake it. It was fine the first time.
Fire Lab 666.
Hello?
Do you guys like Dario Argento, David Cronenberg, or early Carpenter films? Just wondering because I'm a big fan. I like all of them. Dario Argento, Suspiria. I showed you a lot of them. John Carpenter, The Thing.
I remember John Carpenter.
Remember the one we always talked about?
I remember The Thing.
Remember, Ghost of Mars. For some reason in the middle school we always used to talk about that.
Yeah, I don't...
Ghost of Mars.
Okay.
Because it was a funny title, but it was a really cool movie.
Yeah.
And this one says, by the way, I strongly believe the 80s were the decades. As
Thank you.
Do.
Thank you.
So my question is, if you were able to bring back one thing for the 80s, what would it be? Now, a thing I'd like to say is Penn and Teller talked about in one of the episodes how the decades or looking back is bullshit. And I do understand what they mean in a way. Because if you were to bring something back now, it wouldn't be as good as it was then. Do you know what I mean? Because when you remember something when you were a kid, if you tried to actually do that thing now, you probably wouldn't like it as much.
Right.
So it's good with certain things to leave it there. Like certain toys and stuff to remember it then.
I'm almost wondering if it's not just the styles and the music and the movies and the way people dress. Like, if
it
it's
was
not
like
just
the lack
that,
of responsibilities then too.
Yeah, there was that. There was everything together. I'm almost wondering if at that time on the Earth itself, if there was something in the atmosphere or something that was affecting the way things were too. Like, I'm almost wondering. I'm wondering if it was all that together. I don't know.
The only thing though I would like to see is 80s style music again. And I don't think that has anything to do with the times. It's just like they stopped doing that kind of music.
Yeah.
And I also would like to see synth music again.
I'd like to see certain styles, like these free, really fun-looking styles, come back.
That's the one thing I like is I like colorful stuff, and
now you see that really that Abercrombie and Fitch look, or that burnt ripped up dark jeans, or those tight really colorless shirts, like the Matrix kind of look. You know how it had that really pale colorless look to it.
I know.
I mean, that's fine, but I mean, I love that real bright, colorful life look the 80s had.
They also said, are you interested in the, finally, are you looking forward to the Friday the 13th movie, i.e. remake? Personally, I think it could be okay, provided they innovate, but no.
Okay.
The thing is, I saw the trailer for it, and it did not look so good.
They already have a trailer for the remake of Friday the 13th.
They're going to start it more like a camp, and this group that stumbles across it. The one I'm actually interested in seeing is the Sleepaway Camp, Return to Sleepaway Camp direct-to-DVD, which is finally coming out.
Right.
I hate to tell you, I don't care you give a shit either way about that Friday the 13th.
Like I said,
if I want to watch Friday the 13th, I'll watch the originals on DVD.
Exactly.
That's the truth. I'm not going to get excited about a remake for that. I mean, I don't know. They were so good originally, especially the first 3 of them were really good. Why would I be interested in watching them again?
In a way, you know what remakes are almost like? Here's another way of looking at it. You know how you have an ingenious actor. Here's a good example. Chris Farley. He, in a way, as in and of himself, defined, the fat, crazy, funny guy who's all over the place.
Who are we talking about?
Chris Farley?
Oh, yeah.
Here's what I'm making a point. When they try to remake something, it's he was already, defined, a really fat, funny, crazy guy. I know there's other guys out there, but I'm just saying, in that specific sense, if later on you see this other fat guy come along who tries to do it, it's he's trying to remake that image of that guy. You go, well, this was already done by someone flawlessly the first time. Why would you I want to see someone else come along and try to do it again? That's kind of what it's like.
Jeez, Dad. Okay, where were we? Metal Zombie Head. I was wondering why you guys mostly enjoy old horror and gore films and exploitation films, yet you only listen to positive music like Ace of Base. We don't listen to only positive
I don't
music.
only listen to it, we love it. It doesn't mean that's the only thing. I mean, I listen to like Megadeth and stuff.
I mean, the thing is, it's horror movies to me are, I think they're talking more to me.
Oh, okay.
Because, I just like horror movies. That's what
I think you like horror a little bit more than I do.
It's the kind of movies I like.
they're not my favorite type. They're among my secondary favorite type, but they're like. There is an art to them. It's not just like about a senseless gore. There is an art to that stuff.
Everyone keeps bringing this up. Fire Lab 666.
Hello again.
By the way, I forgot to tell you how hilarious it was in your last DVD update when you said Nightmare on Elm Street instead of Nightmare Before Christmas.
I think a certain person has mentioned that earlier.
The truth is, when I was doing that, first of all, for some reason that day I was in this really bad mood. I don't know why. I just was not in the mood to do anything that day. I think I got out of this long day at work, and it was really pissing me off. And I had to get there at like 10 in the morning, and I was there till 8:30 at night. And then when I got home, I was not in the mood for anything. So I tried my best to do that, and it was actually like take 6 of the video. After take 6, I was like, oh God, I gotta do this. I gotta do a good job. Now also, I wasn't talking about too many movies except for a few that I really want to discuss. And then for some reason, I kept saying Nightmare on Elm Street instead of it, because it's like so similar. Nightmare Before Christmas, it's a screw-up. It was a stupid fucking screw-up,
well, they were both
and
good
I keep
films.
hearing about it.
It's like, he messed up once. Don't hold it over his head.
Yeah, please stop.
All right.
Menace 42. I got a few
42.
questions.
Hello.
What do you guys think of Doctor Who, the original series?
I actually never watched it, but I was told it was really good.
When we were in Connecticut, Andrew had all those toys of it.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was mad that we didn't want any, but the thing is, we didn't know anything
Well,
about the show.
He didn't want us. He
didn't want us to take them. He's like, you can have anything but those.
Because he loved it. But, I mean, I've been told it's a really good series.
The funniest thing is, though, as a kid, I remember having the Doctor Who toys. Some of them, like the Transformer thing. I don't know if I ever watched it, though.
I never did either. I really don't know anything about it.
I don't know why I didn't, but I never saw it.
All right.
Okay, and then, what is your favorite TV show or movie from the UK?
One of my favorite shows is Mr. Bean.
Tech Hobble. Oh, okay, so is Banshee going to be really good? Honestly. Well, we really saw the clips of it and really liked it.
Yeah, the clips are really good.
Those are great clips, and I'm serious here. I cannot wait to see it, because we haven't seen the whole movie.
We haven't. They've
only
shown us like certain parts of it.
And what we saw, believe me, you are going to be amazed with it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. We're not just saying that. It's really good. And believe me, when it comes out, we're going to tell you when it's out. Wild Dogs. Have you ever been to a film premiere? No, and for some reason I've never been excited for that.
Thing is, there's so many people. Thing is, like when we're in, like one day we're in a film, you know they're gonna like have us be at like one of the.
I don't think I'll go.
I don't know if I want to. I'll be in a tux. Everyone will be taking pictures.
And if I go, I'll wear normal clothes.
If I go, I'm gonna hide because you know the paparazzi's gonna want to take pictures and spread stuff and go, why is like MJ doing this? Why is Shawn doing this?
That's
you
the
know
truth. If I make a movie, they can have a premiere, but I'll sit in the projection booth.
Yeah, I'll hide in the back, like in dressed all like casual and just like,
That was never a dream of mine. Sometimes I thought I'd like to go on like a talk show, but then I thought, like, what if they only ask stupid questions? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like we get stupid questions. Like, what if they ask us stuff like, if I go, like, I'm afraid if I go on like Letterman or something, or I thought it'd be cool to go on Letterman, Leno, whatever. Like, I mean, they're cool, but I'm afraid. And the thing is, they don't always choose the questions, do they? There's like a lot of popular questions. I go, cool, so I can't wait to answer some really detailed, really deep questions.
I go on like Howard Stern.
Yeah, like I'm afraid.
Or I go on radio shows where we don't have to be seen.
Yeah, I'm afraid like they'd ask like, so they'd ask like a really like lifeless, really shallow question. I'd be like, well, that's kind of obvious, and I feel like I've answered that before. I don't know why you're asking this again. I don't know.
Have you ever met any actors at the cinema you work at? What? I mean, the movie theaters? I don't think any actors have ever come in. A few newsmen.
Not any actors. Oh, you mean he means you.
I don't think so. The thing is, when I think about how many actors I've met a lot of them.
Yeah, we've met a lot of people.
A lot of people.
And not just met, we've actually talked to some of them and actually had good conversations.
One thing that surprised me on here, I'm not going to say who, but there was some director who added me as a friend, and this is really him, who directed a movie that many of you out there, I like it myself too, but many of you have gone crazy over. And I'll just give you a hint. How can I give you a hint? Shawn of the blank. Yes, the person who had something to do with that, apparently, unless I'm going crazy, added me as a friend.
Oh, wow.
Well, thank you. No, a lot of these British guys, maybe they've mentioned us in England or something, because all these cool British actors have added us as friends.
Yeah.
Maybe they want us to come to England and act in a film.
Maybe they can see that our humor, like one of the center cores of a lot of our humor is British humor, so kind of makes sense.
But hello to all of you.
Hello, and thank you.
And thank you for adding us.
You guys are awesome. You guys have really good humor.
And the one of you who has this movie out, I'm desperately dying to see it. small town folk movie. I desperately wanting to see it, but it's not out in America.
Right.
I'm hoping it comes out. Slither Dog. Is
Hello?
the Simpsons movie not as good? Wait, is the Simpsons not as good as it used to be? It is, so why? If so, why?
I think they mean if so, why?
Everyone says that. I think the Simpsons is just as good.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's the same like it was even in the old days. Like every now and then, there's an episode or two that you don't care for as much, But for the most part, most of the episodes are still good. Like, it's still good. I think
I'm hoping they do another Simpsons movie though.
I know. I heard they're gonna make at least 2 more.
Joe Lee.
I can't wait for it.
NTW.
Joe Lee, Hello.
Question: was your love for the '80s stuff created from either of you growing up in that period, or did something spark your love for retro? If so, what? Thanks. Well, one thing that the truth is that really made me get back into some '80s stuff was watching so many old things that I grew up with gone. Being like, see, this year, in many ways, is the year of remodeling and the year of destruction of old things. Because many malls, I don't know if this is happening where you are being torn down. Many old fronts of stores are being ripped off, remodeled, new looks.
It's sad.
Many of the video blogs we've shown you, the places where we filmed in front of them, have all been redone. All the old abandoned buildings like of Ames, Cowder, and all those have all been torn down this year. This is the year many of the malls are being remodeled because most malls have decided that I think there was somewhere I read there's been no new malls are going to be built. Like the Mall Society or something said there will be no new malls built. All the malls will be remodeled.
It's sad.
So all the malls now are being remodeled. All the storefronts of many stores are being remodeled. All the Targets that had one look up till like 1990 something are all being redone with this new look. I mean, I don't know what if Walmart's going to do anything, but like they're all doing this. This is the year of everything changing. A lot of movie theaters that are out of date have to get torn down to put in IMAX, 3D theaters. These are the years where you start to realize, man, there's a lot of stuff that you like that's gone.
I know. Me, the way I am, like, my love for it was when I actually lived in that decade. Like, because I remember, see, the thing is, I have a really good memory for certain things.
I do too, like at the job and stuff. I talk to people about certain shows and stuff, and like, you remember that? And I'm like, I have this thing, I can remember everything old.
See, here's the thing, I can remember, like if it's something like I said in a video, and this is also another thing, people are like, you remember when you said that? Like, what did you mean by that? It goes, it was an offhand remark. I didn't really mean much, and I don't know why you're reading into it. Like, I don't remember some of the stuff I say in some of the video blogs, but I remember, like, when I got ice cream on the day of, like, I don't know, May 19th, like, 1989. You know what I mean? I remember that stuff, because those are the days that really, like, mattered to me. Like, I remember, like, all that stuff that happened back then, and I even remember now. I think about it constantly every day. So it's like, no, it's not sad. And the thing is, because back then it was way better.
And the thing is, there's a lot of stuff in the 80s and stuff that we like so much. Like, when you think about it, most of the best comedy films are from the 80s and early 90s. They were funnier then. They were more lighthearted films. They weren't all about, like, violent crap, and they weren't all, like, mean-spirited.
One thing I think of is, like, that old Baskin-Robbins. I know they're still around, but I'm talking about it was like this white and pink.
I kind of think of Baskin-Robbins as being dead nowadays.
I know, that's what's sad. It's one of my favorite ice cream places. That was like my favorite. That it used to be this it was like this hut. It was almost looked a little like a small castle, and inside it was fully. It screamed 80s. It was beautiful in there.
And the TCBY. Like,
yeah, and you said someone who they burned down. Someone burned it down.
I heard somebody I actually knew. Some people at school were going, "Did you hear this guy burnt it down?" I'm like, "What?" Why? It's like the worst thing ever. I heard.
It's almost like people are purposely trying to burn down beauty of a good time, to purposely wreck it or something. And bringing all this crap. It's like, I don't know. What's the next question?
And then, hey, JD DVD fan. Hey, Shawn, MJ, I'm the moderator on your Don and Murph message board. And yes,
thank you.
We have the message board, and we will start posting on that soon.
And sometimes I actually forget we have one.
I forget too sometimes.
All right.
My question's, how do you guys find out how to be an extra in movies like the ones like Banshee and others you were in? Can you give us some tips?
Extra?
We're not really we're not extras in it.
Actually, we've never been extras for anything.
I don't have much interest in being like the extras when you stand in the background and stuff.
Yeah, I've never done that actually. I've always been an actual character.
But the thing is, like, I don't know, like for Banshee and stuff, the producer from Synthetic Cinema emailed us and asked us.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's mainly how it happens. Is like that's why we owe so much to these videos and the internet for getting us seen.
Yeah.
And thank you to the internet.
So when some of you ask, like, we don't get this question anymore. Why do you guys do the videos? To get seen, to show people what we can do.
Show people like that we can do stuff.
So that we can get work.
And also, what films do you wish that you could be in for in Hollywood film as an extra? Seriously, we don't want to be an extra.
Why do people?
We want to be. We want to be like.
How little does this guy think of us?
Do you think he means extra like a sub character?
Maybe that's
an extra is like a guy who walks down the background like this.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't. I think
walks by the screen.
I think he's using the wrong term. I think
he means like a character actor, like a guy who's like in the new terrible disaster movie who played the Hawk. Edward Norton's part was like angry.
Yeah,
like stuff like that. I'd love to do little things like that because they're cool, little, fun, memorable parts.
Yeah, I mean we've done stuff like that. I mean but we've never done stuff where like you don't even notice us. We've done stuff that actually is vital to the story. And everything.
Weasel Stomp.
Stomp.
One question is, and a different question. Have you seen the Korean film Old Boy? If not, it's definitely worth checking out. If so, what did you think? I've never seen that.
Never even heard of it.
I don't want to read that disgusting question.
Why?
It's like about wieners and stuff.
Oh.
People ask us these weird stuff.
Weasel Stomp.
That's the same thing.
Hey.
What WGF 2000? Hey guys,
hello?
My question is, what's the scariest movie you've ever watched?
One that you think
I thought that The Mirrors was kind of scary, like lately. I mean, I thought it was kind of.
Truthfully, I'd say the scariest movie I've ever seen was The Blair Witch Project. What?
But that's not scary, like, after a few viewings.
No, I know, but if you think about it, it depends on how you mean. The thing is, the situation was scary. Like, the fact is, see, the thing is, I know, like, it was supposed to look like it was a student film, like it was really happening. That's part of it. Part of it was it looked like it was real. You know, like not like a movie, like it was actually something that happened. Two is like the situation. You know, one of the scariest things is the element of not knowing, and the fact is, you had no clue what was going on. Like, you know, like it could have been like just a bunch of like demented people messing with them. It could have really been like the spirit of a witch. You don't know what it could have been.
Didn't you like The Bar Wench better?
That wasn't a movie though.
You know, you like that, with that lug and all that.
That was fine, but that's not a horror movie. I'm talking about a real movie.
Oh, the acting was pretty horrible. Did you see the acting?
What, the bar wench?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That acting.
There's a difference between horror and horrible.
Oh.
I'm talking about a good horror movie. They mean scary, actually. Seriously, like I'm not kidding. Like everyone I've ever seen, like, when I first saw The Ring, it was pretty scary. But still, Blair Witch, just the situation, everything about it is just so scary to me.
Matt Cordell.
You didn't say which one you thought it was.
I don't know. I've said that a lot. Like, I guess Session 9 was scary. I've said a couple things.
Right.
Matt Cordell is back. What are your thoughts on programming Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, and Disney Channel today? I don't watch any of them today.
I don't even know.
I don't know. By the way, my name is Ryan. Brighton 01001.
Hello.
Is Willow a great 80s movie or the greatest 80s movie? It's fine.
I've never seen it, but...
Here's one. War Shadow 711. What do you think of today's music?
It's kind of obvious, isn't it?
And then someone says, Brogan, why do you have that haircut to be out of date?
Wait, who are they talking about?
I guess, well, to you, if they said to you, why do you have the haircut?
Wait. What are they talking about? Like, I just have long hair. What is the...
First of all, my haircut is John Ritter.
There must
Home
be...
Alone.
See, yours has more of a look to it. Mine's just long hair.
I don't know. First of all, my head looks fucking gigantic when my hair is too short.
Okay.
So let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, and me, I'm growing it in. Can I tell them, or are you going to have to cut this out too?
What do you mean?
Can I tell them why? Why I'm growing my
hair? To get rid
in?
of the Murph wig?
Yes, to get rid of the wig, because we're still doing Down in Murph, and Murph has to have long hair. And
calm down, MJ.
The thing is, if you had to wear that wig that much, you'd be this pissed off too. The thing is, actually, I should have quit with that wig a long time ago, but I don't know why I put up with it this long.
Calm down, it's okay. Slither Dog.
Oh.
What do you think of movies like The Three Amigos and National Lampoon's Vacations, and why you think Steve Martin and Chevy Chase are no longer funny? Well, I think Steve Martin and Chevy Chase are both still funny.
They are. I mean,
Steve Martin was. Did you watch?
Pink Panther?
Yeah.
I didn't get to see it.
But that was funny.
Okay. What do you think about movies like? I liked Three Amigos. It wasn't the best. I mean, I liked some of it.
I don't think I liked Three Amigos.
It was fine, but I loved the National Lampoon movies.
Like something
The Vacation.
under this bed. Oh, a mint. Never mind. I don't know.
I don't think they're not funny anymore.
K02O40. Do either of you listen to metal bands?
Yeah.
Does Shawn plan on doing best horror movies of the 2000s video after the decade ends? Well, I'll do it. I might do it sooner than that.
Right.
I'll do it though. My question is: have you ever been to the X Forever Longing X? My question is: have Shawn and MJ ever been to the Blair Witch Woods? Supposedly haunted by the Blair Witch.
I've actually never gotten to be there. No, I've never gone to them.
Those are all those responses to that. I would go to them, but I don't really know where they are.
I thought they were torn down.
Torn down?
Well, I'm assuming. I saw some video of some guy saying the Blair Witch was dead. Like they said it was supposed to be where the Blair Witch was filmed. It was like a construction site, unless they just said it was. I don't know. I mean, I'd love to go to them though.
They used the same stretch of woods for most of the movie, and just kept making it look different.
Yeah, I mean, because could woods be that big? But then again, remember that hike we took on that long 50-mile walk in the rain?
Oh yeah.
That went for 50 miles. If it was like that makes sense. I thought there is woods like that.
Slither Dog, would you rather be kissed by Johnny Depp or sniff one of J-Lo's farts?
It's kind of one-sided. Kissed by Johnny. Well, what's wrong with being kissed by Johnny Depp? You say it like it's a bad thing.
Starsky Homer.
Hello.
Have you ever seen movies Uwe Ball directed? If yes, which ones, and what did you think?
No.
I saw House of the Dead. I thought that was okay out of all the ones I've seen. I watched Postal and I fell asleep with it. It was so fucking boring. X Dirty Birdie X.
People put X and X in front of.
Do you think The Dark Knight was as successful as it was of Heath Ledger's death?
Sadly, I think that is part of it.
I think that contributed to more people seeing it, because when I'm at the movies, a lot of old people are like, well, I'm seeing that because I hear it's Heath Ledger's last film. I hear all these old people saying that.
And that just added to it.
Because I even asked some old people, I'm like, did you watch the other Batman movies? No, never saw it. There was another one before this? That's what a lot of them have said.
Yeah, the thing is, I think a lot of people don't remember Tim Burton's that well. They automatically say, no, they weren't as good. I don't think they remember them. There's no way that you can see them and say, I don't know, Starsky Homer. Hello.
What are you doing with movies? What are you doing with DVDs that contain movies you don't like?
Yeah, I wonder about that too.
Keep them.
Movie was one. Hello.
Get the movie for the movies.
Hours ago.
Movie.
What's that?
Someone must have not liked this comment.
Well, let's see what they said.
Why can't you lose weight? Well, actually, I have lost some weight. Actually, I'm still fat. Fuck.
Well,
but the belts that I'm wearing, which were normally pretty far out, are now too big.
Well, I can't. Actually, the thing is, he can lose weight. Part of the gag is it's a fat guy and a skinny guy. Would it have been as funny if it was a skinny guy and a skinny guy? That wouldn't be as cool. Like me.
And they also said,
if anything, I can't gain weight.
Starsky Homer said, and good news, Cheech and Chong are going to tour once more. Are you intending to see them? Well, if they come to Baltimore, I'd see them. Kings of Jockers. Why, for your DVD collection videos, do your favorite 90s... Why do you do your favorite 90s horror films? I've done that. 18GN9BK.
Hello.
What is the funniest Family Guy quote?
And do you like the film Hot Fuzz? And I didn't see Hot Fuzz. Family Guy quote. There was a few. I don't know if there was just one.
Probably something to do with Lois. Oh, Lois, always eating corn dogs on Saturday, on Sunday, on Monday. Hey, Lois, remember the time...
I can't think of one if you're doing that.
Back when I saw Lenny Bruce?
You know, like they always do those flashbacks. Lois, remember the time when I saw Charlie Sheen, those hookers? Lois, remember that time when I ate 5 burritos and then pooped all night?
You don't really get Family Guy, do you?
No, murder head.
Murder Hyde. Hello.
How much do you weigh, Shawn? Southern hip
Tell you how
hop
much I
head.
weigh.
Is there an acting role that you and MJ would never take on?
No. That's a good question. No. Well, if it's one we hate but we're getting paid a lot, we'll do it.
Well, like if the guys from Disaster Movie said, would you do it?
We'd be like, how much are we gonna get paid? Yeah.
Oh God! Just after Disaster Movie, someone just said this. K020401. Are you guys going to see Disaster Movie? Yes, we did. We saw it.
Almost infinite fact it will suck harder than and.
Well, we saw it for free, so who cares?
Yes, we saw it.
Which deceased movie star would you love to have on Dynamorph if possible? John Candy.
There's a few. John Candy. Do you think John Ritter's too straight for that? Straight laced.
He could do it.
Yeah, Don Knotts.
Don Knotts, Gilligan, Bob Denver. You know.
Bob Denver. There's a few deceased.
Ken Carter.
Ken Carter.
What is the meaning of life? Every rose has a thorn. Just like every cat
has its dawn.
Just like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. So we're going to leave you at that part and see you in part 4.